here. Welcome to my channel. Today I would like to talk about fragrances that I would like to test in upcoming months. So what I have decided was to acquire some travels, some decants, some partials to understand whether I actually need a full bottle. So we'll start with one that's quite a new release. It's Impadia. So this is not my dent. I actually bought this partial. There's approximately, I don't know, I don't remember whether there was 10 mil or what. And when I was testing it in a store, truth be told, I instantly had a love-hate relationship with it. And I was just very curious to understand what is it that bothers me in the scent. And I think I know why some people compare it to Amouage, what was that? Guidance one is because it has an Akigala wood, but to me it kind of gives this bittery, sour, sweet nuance. I don't know. It's that bittery nuance that it gives me. I just don't. Why would it? And I had the same problem with Guidance. I really, really noticed that note in that fragrance, and I am one of the few that really, really don't like Guidance. So we'll see how it goes. I'll test it out and we can catch up and I'll tell you what I think about it. As we continue with some hypes, Gaba by Hormone is hyped in few countries. I have heard the good things about it. I actually really like this osmanthus with some ambery warmth and touch of mandarin and touch of lavender in there. I bought this partial yet again because I just wanted to know whether I actually do enjoy it to have a full bottle or not. And so far I do like it. I personally don't understand the comparison with Ganymede, but yet again, I haven't been a Ganymede fan to even understand the comparison, but I'm very looking forward to testing it out. Another one that I'm looking forward to wear is this one. So I've been thinking whether I need a Carmina by Creed, and without full wear, I didn't know whether I would want to invest in such fragrance, so decided to buy a travel. And so far, I do like this lightly musky, lightly ambery, rosy scent. Cherry note here to my nose is not very prominent. That was the key reason why I wasn't sure about whether I want to buy it or not, because I personally don't enjoy cherry fragrances. And I was worried that it would be very prominent cherry scent, but it is actually quite nice. The cherry is not as prominent, at least to me. I get the rosy, I get the ambery, musky nuances. There is peony, I think. So far, I do enjoy it. I wouldn't say that it's a huge love, but we'll see how it goes. As we continue, I bought this rosy fragrance by Kayali. So it's Fleur Majesty Rose Royale. I bought it, well, I blind bought it, mainly because where I live, we don't have Sephora, we don't have Kayali, and I didn't know what I'm getting into. I liked when it was described as a fresh kind of rose, so I was very looking forward to something watery, airy, and unfortunately so far that's not what I'm getting. I do get this comparison with Delina. I wouldn't say Delina OG, I would rather say that it's a bit similar to La Rosée, but it's too sweet so far for me. I don't know whether I'll be able to become friends with this scent. I'll try to wear it for a little bit. It is musky. There is rose. There is peony, a little bit of violet, and some kind of fruits. I think like pear or peach or something like that. But that sweet nuance, which not really sure was it praline or what. It is too sweet to my liking. Unfortunately, so far, this brand apparently is just not for me, at least at this period in time, because I prefer more fresh, more unisex. These are a bit too sweet for me. And as we continue, let's continue with this one. So this was a huge, I mean, I was just curious. I blind bought it, and I was just curious to try, especially because someone in their reviews mentioned that there's patchouli and makes it interesting. Unfortunately to me, I don't get any patchouli in this. I was like, where is the patchouli? Because I hope that nobody is going to get offended. Perfumes are very individual experiences, and we all experience fragrances differently. But to me, the marshmallow and jelly bean that's in here are like jelly beans on steroids, to be honest. This fragrance is so incredibly sweet that for me, it is the same as though I imagine that there is a bowl with chemicals in the lab where they create fragrances, and somebody would have a bucket of sugar on a table, and let's say they accidentally dropped all of that bucket of sugar into this mix, and then whoopsie, I hope that nobody will notice. I have a feeling that there is a bucket of sugar added in this, and unfortunately because of this insane sweetness, I just can't dig through and get any other notes because it's so sweet, so sweet that I have tried to spray it on my wrist, and so far it's a no. We'll see, will it be past sold, or I don't know, we'll see about that. Talking about hypees, so I was looking for very musky, simple scents, something like Rodrigo's scents, and I went to a store many times to sniff this because I really like the bottle, and I kind of had an idea that yes, it's going to be sweet, yet it's going to be musky. But whenever I went to stores, they had absolutely empty testers. Apparently, because teenagers used them up, and sales personnel just decided not to update them. And I bought it for one reason only. I had a gift card, and the gift card was not a big one. So for the longest time, I just didn't know where to spend that thing. There was a sale, like 25% off on scents. So together with my gift card, I decided, why not? I mean, it's a cute bottle. I really like the bottle. I have never sniffed it. Let's try. And taking into account that many youngsters like it, in case I can't stand it, it will be easily sold further. And so far it's nice. I mean, it is musky. There is some sort of sweetness from amber and vanilla. Um, I think there was a blood orange that gave some kind of you know, zestiness in the opening, brightness in the opening. There are some florals like jasmine and peony, but to be honest, they're they're there, but they're not very, you know, upfront. So it's all just kind of all blended together. And I think it's actually quite nice for the days when you just want to wear something simple and you don't really know what to wear. So we'll see, will it stay with me or I gonna sell it. I have another full bottle. It is born in Roma, Stravaganza, I think the full name was. In my collection, I don't have that many designer fragrances because many of them are way too sweet to my liking. But this one I do actually enjoy so far. I mean, it is vanilla forward scent, but the jasmine and tea note, well, they add up a tiny bit of freshness, some kind of interesting nuance to it, so the vanilla isn't too cloying. I would say that the scent is quite simple yet very comforting and cozy. So far, I really like it, so we'll see. I kind of have a feeling that it will stay with me. I also got these two travels. So one is per se, not really sure how to pronounce this name of the fragrance. I was very interested in the aldehydes in it from the blotter in the store. It kind of was a little bit bleachy, aldehydic, but quite an interesting touch with the fruits. And I really, really enjoyed it in a store, so I decided to get this travel to understand what I actually think about it. And I will really need to test it out because so far I find it to be a little bit screechy to me. There are aldehydes, there's orris and violet and florals and musk and ambrette. And I really currently don't really understand what is it that bothers me. I'm not really sure, but I'm kind of guessing that maybe the bamboo note that adds a little bit of greenness to the aldehydes may be the fault of why, what kind of like bothers me in the scent. It feels as though it would have been a perfect one, and yet there is something that annoys me, something that I would like to take out of it. So we'll see, will we become friends or not? And the other one, I remember when Ode to Dullness came out. I don't own any Juliette Has a Gun fragrances. And I remember when this fragrance came out, I was quite interested in. I liked the bottle and I even wanted to blind buy it. And I'm actually happy that I didn't because this is this is not my dent. I bought it this much and I have spritzed maybe twice of this leftover, let's say. And the notes are sandalwood, cashmere, star anise, and tonka. And I understand that probably I still need to understand my relationship with sandalwood because I like the idea of cashmere. I really like star anise, so anise is not a problem, but the sandalwood often turns cucumberish on me. So, yeah, I will need to test it out. Let me know, do you like it? Do you own it? What's your relationship with this fragrance? Because often it's described as very soft, creamy sandalwood with cashmere, and yet not really getting it so far, but we'll see. And now I will talk about some decants. One is Joe Malone's Orange Bitters. I really wanted to try it, and my friend has given me some decants, and I personally really love citruses, so I was very curious to try this bitter orange, mandarin, amber, sandalwood cocktail. And so far, I do like it. I want to test it out to understand whether I would be willing to have, I don't know, a travel maybe. I don't think I would need a full bottle. I would like to test it out in some warmer summer days to see how I feel about it, whether I will need more than just this decant. And another decant that she has given me, I mean, she has given me more than that, but I want to talk about these two today. Um, I was very lucky to have this. We don't have the scent where I live, so Hermès, Kylie, Calèche. This is EDT. I have smelled EDP in the airport, and I actually really like this. I find it very refreshing. There is a leather here, but the rose here is very, I don't know, it's very airy, and there is a fresh sort of watery bit in it. It is slightly powdery as well. You can get the rose in it, but this refreshing, almost watery feel that kind of gives me a greenhouse vibes. Rose plants, and you go inside and you feel the roses, you get the leaves of them, you get the humidity that's in the greenhouse. um, so far I'm really liking it. I'll be spraying it out on my vacation, taking it with me. This one doesn't have a sticker, but I know what it is. So it is La Vie en Fleurs. I'm sorry if I butcher it. I don't know French, so I'm sorry for that. But this is very powdery floral. You get the violet and the peony and rose. It all is softened by heliotrope, iris, and musk. And when you, at an initial spray in the opening, you get a pinch of mandarin and raspberry, but it's not very sweet, you know? It is more of a very rounded, soft scent that is very refined, very classy. Everything from this brand is very classy and light, so I'm really liking the aesthetics of the brand. I liked the scent. I'm actually wanting to try the rest of it to refresh my memory of all of them, and considering maybe I'll get a bottle. And the last one that I would like to talk about is this decant, which also doesn't have a sticker on it, but this is from Dries van Noten, and this fragrance opens up with a little bit of neroli, and I was very hopeful that the neroli would stay more because I really love the note, but it's quickly goes into orange blossom, milk, and musk. It is very milky, very soft scent. It gave me, because of this milkiness, it kind of gave me beachy vibes. I wouldn't say that it is sun tanning lotion scent, but this combination of orange blossom and milk and musk still gives it a creamy sweetness. And the reason why I have already a big dent in this travel was because I was really considering getting this scent to buy the bottle. But what I found was, because the neroli dissipated on me quite quickly, and I quickly um, was left with these creamy sweet notes, I was a little bit disappointed, and I noticed that I don't smell it on me. I really want to hear what your thoughts on it. Have you tried it? Um, what is, if you have tried it, what is your experience with it? Because I'm just wondering, maybe I'm anosmic to it and everyone else around me can smell it and I'm the only one that doesn't. So yeah, I would really want to know your opinion. So far, this is it for today. If you have tried any of these scents, let me know. I'll be very happy to discuss them. I want to know your experience, what you like, what you dislike. Maybe you have a completely different perception of any of them. So, see you in the next one. Bye.